what you looking at? I got a TKO on the rap, where the fool is at? What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two toolies of my own, I don't need a gat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got some sins in one palm of my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The big dog is back in the house, baby. Okay, this your boy, the notorious one, the biggest one. Your mama like him and all that. TKO. I'm sorry I've been gone for the past couple of weeks. I've been having to go through some things that, again, it's not saying it's more important, but I had to handle it. But anyway, I just thank God I'm back. It's great to be back, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the Knockout Hour with your boy TK'd up. And so, anyway, this show right here is a combat sports show where we talk about boxing, wrestling, and MMA. We had some action this past weekend. I was able to tune in on some MMA on Paramount Plus because now we don't have to worry about pay-per-views anymore from the UFC, which I think is going to make it a lot better for the product. But anyway, my name again is Teddy Ireland Jr. when I'm not performing and doing my thing in the wrestling ring. And I am a devoted father and husband. Also do a lot of things in my life. What's going on, Brian? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on with you? It's good to see y'all, man. Good to see you. Man, it's been a couple weeks. You know, what it was is last week, had to take the team photos with my girls' basketball team. I'm still coaching right now. It's best time of my life. I'm enjoying that. Let me give you an update on that, y'all. So buckle in for this. So we took our first loss a couple weeks ago, and the team was devastated. What I was really disappointed about was just the lack of effort, as much as say they was intimidated, and I get that, I really do. Um, but however, that doesn't mean you just lay there and don't fight back. And what I didn't see that night was anybody really wanting to step up and be a leader. And so two of the girls on the team really kind of fought back, and the rest of them made a heroic effort at the end. Yet it was just no way of us winning that game. So got another win, charged back, got that win. Then we went against the last team in the regular season, and it came short by 1 point, 1 point, and that was I think to go for the second place. And I was not disappointed at all. The way that they went out against the number one team, I can understand they was afraid. They had a lot of talent. They was already had years of experience. You know, my girls team, I'm proud of every single one of them every time they step on that court. Um, I would say, being honest with you, some of them really do improve and show me a lot throughout the year, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. Others, well, I can say that it's going to take more time, and that's okay because they're young, and the only thing they can do right now is just develop and try to get better because we had the playoffs coming up. Now, the last game, man, that was a tough. They came out there again. I didn't understand what was going on. The vibes was off. It was just like maybe it was the game was too early. I don't know what was going on, but in the fourth quarter they were down 9-3, and I was like, let me try this out. I finally had a chance to try to mix up the lineups to see if this would be the right group to run out in the last quarter. When I mean they went out there in attack mode and was on everything. Our team name is the Storm, and they definitely stormed on every single pass. I mean, sometimes I don't understand why that energy is not there at the beginning of the game. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But man, what a fourth quarter it was. I was jumping up and down. I mean, I look like Michael Irvin on that sideline. I was just all over the place, running on up and down the side there because I'm so passionate about competition. I just like people competing and just seeing them on fire. You know, it was just really exciting. So it came down to one last play for us with 9 seconds left. I told my lead point guard, I was like, look, I want you to drive and kick it to the left side because they all collapse on her every time she drives. Just kick it over there. And the pass is off. She missed it. It was okay. Again, I'm not disappointed. We ended up losing by 1. And what a game. What a game. What I told those girls was, I don't want none of them to hang their head low over a loss like that. I do not. You can't win them all. Yet it was an honor being a coach for these girls through this regular season so far. And that we got the playoffs. We got 3 games to win this championship. 3. Do I believe they can do it? Absolutely, I really do. In my heart of hearts, I think that our defense can find a way to really turn it on and light a fire, just enough to get them through their games. I think defensively, we're one of the toughest teams. We are relentless, but we have to stay on the teams from the beginning of the game. We cannot come out in that second half and try to charge back. We got to be locked in from the beginning. So we got a hill to climb, but I do believe my girls had the right chemistry as a team to get it done. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes coaching is it's very hard. I'm learning that a lot my first year because you want every girl to excel and really just go out there and have a great time, and it's not always the case. Some of these girls just know that they're giving everything they have, and they feel disappointed every time, and and that really sucks because I don't think as a coach I ever been overbearing. I just want them to give me everything they have. When you are on this team, your friends to the left and right of you depend on you to get your job done. And competing and winning, I think is fun. I think that it builds character, and especially even losing, it still builds respect to know that you didn't get the victory today, but you can always overcome and figure it out later. You learn a lot of lessons in everything you do. And I think my girls have learned that. And we got 3 games. That's all I've been telling them is we got 3 games, and I need them to give me everything they got. We got 8 minutes a quarter, right? So that's clearly 32 minutes in the game. I need them to lock in. Just tune out the parents, tune out the crowd, tune out everything else, and just be able to listen to each other and listen to mine and coach's voice. And I think we can win. I really do. But it's game time, baby. It's locked in. So I've been really hyper focused on that these past couple of weeks. I really have. And season's coming in soon. But to my storm, we will find a way to win this championship. And if not, hey, I'm still going to be proud regardless. But anyway, it is one cold, cold day here in North Carolina, especially the southeast of North Carolina. Southeast United States as this icy cold little small amount of snow came through here. And man, that's something. It's always like where they project so much snow for this area and that never happens. It's always just like the dust off of what's really going to happen somewhere else. Which for me personally, I'm fine with that. I'm a grown adult. I really don't care too much for the snow. I think that I'd rather get to work and try to do something rather than sit around the house all day because it's boring. That's just me. But I like to be able to not feel confined to my home like it's the shining. Feels weird. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got something tonight. We got someone new tonight. We got a new artist that's having a song on the Knockout Hour. That's right, guys. We got a new artist here. Samurai Dan with a song called Knock Down. We're gonna listen to that tonight. So let's get ready for our hip hop moment. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's cool shit. Damn, shorty bad, so I gotta shoot a shot now. Grab me the ball, cause you know I got the knockdown. Stay on the top, but lil' mama made me hop down. Pull up on that ass, and you know I'm about to knock down. down. Shorty bad, gotta shoot my shot now. Yeah, I'm a hot down. Yeah, I'm a knockdown. Yeah, call me young knockdown. Still shooting shots, but I been put my Glock down. Put the D on her like I got the bitch on lockdown. Coronavirus hit, but we ain't shut the shot down. I think she like the sauce, it make the panties drop down. We was in the dirt then, now we on the top now. Used to ride shotgun, vert drop top now. You was on the block then, still on the block now. Everybody fucking with it, how we gon' start now? Till the skies on the rise like the stars now. Like Kobe, I'ma hit it when the shot comes. Pass the ball at the buzzer, it's a knockdown. Damn, shorty bad, so I gotta shoot a shot now. Hand me the ball, cause you know I got the knockdown. Stay on the top, but lil' mama made me hop down. Pull up on that ass, and you know I'm about to knock down. Knock down, yeah, I'm a knockdown. Shorty bad, gotta shoot my shot now. Yeah, I'm a hot down. Yeah, I'm a knockdown.
Splash, call me young knockdown. Baby gave me brain so stupid, she a dropout. Suck my soul out, I'm ready for the walk now. Pouring 12 rounds in the pussy, double knockout. We turn heads in the city when we pop out. And I called a friend when she seen me pull the guap out. She was prom queen, her she a thought now. My money count up, your money like the countdown. Pulling up from half court, that thing wet. The girl too easy, pulled her in a Ted me. She said pull up, I said baby. And you better believe we have sex.
Damn, shorty bad, so I gotta shoot a shot now. Hand me the ball, cause you know I got the knockdown. Stay on the top, but lil' mama made me hop down. Pull up on that ass, and you know I'm about to knock down. Knock down, yeah, I'm a knockdown. Shorty bad, gotta shoot my shot now. Yeah, I'm a hot down. Yeah, I'm a knockdown.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, big dog. Samurai Dan. Okay, okay. Hey, I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. All right. Check me out, my man. It's Samurai Dan. If you like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's called Knock Down. And that's on his newest project called Jump Around. All right. That was a nice smooth beat right there. That was dope. Hey, could you bring that tick up for me, big dog, so I can be able to let them know all the more information? But everybody out there, if you're an artist looking to have your track spun during the show, email me at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. That is, if you're an artist out there looking to get your track spun, just like my man Samurai Dan with that new hot one right there called Knockdown, please hit up the Knockout Hour at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. Man, that was nice. Like I say, hey, we're gonna have to keep that in the loop for real. I appreciate that. Nice stuff, brother. All right. So, like I said earlier, there was some action in the UFC this weekend. Uh, I would say for a lot of people that I personally and like and enjoy wasn't a great outcome. But hey, it's just because you don't like it, the ending doesn't mean it's not good, right? So it was an enjoyable show for the UFC because we're in a new era where UFC 324 kicked off a landmark event in the new Paramount Plus era, that is. The UFC 324 drew 4.6 million people live streaming viewers, marking the largest exclusive live event ever on Paramount Plus. The event reached 7.18 million global households, uh, signaling a strong start to the UFC Paramount partnership. This is the first major event under the UFC's $7.7 billion broadcast deal, eliminate pay-per-view fees for U.S. and Latin American fans. And then that evening, you had the main event. The main event was Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimbley. Now, before I get into some of those notes they had down, one thing I do love me is a Paddy Pimbley, man. Paddy be turned up. He got the crowd going. He got the song "Heads We're Gonna Roll," which one of my songs I love to have on my workout playlist. But man, that was my guy, man. I really thought he was going to get that one done. But we're going to get into some of those notes. It said Gaethje defeated Pimbley via the unanimous decision to claim the interim lightweight championship. The fight was a brutal back and forth war with nearly 650 total strikes thrown, already being called a fight of the year candidate. A controversial moment emerged when the knockdown was later revealed to be caused by an accidental eye poke missed by the referee. Gaethje is now positioned to challenge uh, lightweight champion. Oh, got my man Tapoya. So I like that. That's gonna be a good fight. So we got Gaethje versus Tapoya, possibly coming up in the future. And then we got other UFC 24 highlights. We got Shane O'Malley defeated Sung Young Dong by unanimous decision. I actually watched that one. That was a good fight. In my opinion, I think that should have been a draw. I didn't see where Shane O'Malley really outclassed him. I didn't. I didn't see that at all. And nothing against Shane. I do believe my man. You could definitely tell he should be in a bigger weight class because Homeboy was kind of big, man. He was cracking those little legs. I think he should have stayed on that. Just like I'm gonna go back to earlier where Pimbley. Pimbley had a major advantage on strikes to the shin. I mean, just destroying my man's shin, man, just the Gaethje's. And I don't know what was the disconnect a lot of times because Pimbley was laying some good strikes. He had mixed it up very well, but Gaethje just kept his head down and kept going forward. Um, what could Pimbley done better? Probably, if anything, maybe could have went for a takedown or two, maybe to try to see what he could have did on the mat. Um, which probably could have been a problem too, because Gaethje really could have exposed him. But I think the way that the fight went, man, it was really just being a veteran, knowing how to get it done. Because I know Gaethje had a lot going on. That left leg was slowly getting compromised. Every strike was it was just, I mean, straight contact. It wasn't checking too many of them. They started checking them late in the second. But I think a lot of people don't realize this season as performers, like in that live spotlight moment, the pain that these people endure, the fight that they're going through. I don't think a lot of people really comprehend like how they keep their face composed and not being able to show any uh, weakness. Because imagine somebody's kicking you right in your shin, just right. I mean, just kick after kick after kick, and you got to sit here and not wince, make a face, anything to show any pain. You may be able to change up your stance a little bit, but then you got to get back to it. For a lot of people, that's predominantly, one side centric. But that is what I find so unique about this sport, is even to say, even in boxing, body shot after body shot, even, on every level, you got to learn to maintain a certain way that doesn't allow the opponent to get any weakness from you is amazing to think that these performers do that. That's what I was impressed by the most because Gaethje just kept going forward. You knew his shin was compromised. I mean, it was. I don't see any other way how he just kept going forward. But yet, that's what you do in this business. That's how you get it done. That's how you become champions. And now he's the interim lightweight champion. That's what shows the definition of that. Always getting the job done when it always matters the most. And having to fight against Taporia is going to be, I think, very exciting. Knowing that the UFC is now can only grow a bigger fan base, having so many new viewerships. I've seen a lot of new people social media wise. This past weekend, as I was watching the fight, I was looking on my social medias and seeing people say, "Hey, since the UFC is on Paramount, I might as well watch it now." And I think that's dope. That's what the sport needs. It really does, and I think that was a good way, especially when you're getting paid $7.7 billion, right? You pay me $7.7 billion, you could definitely have Icon Pro. I'll tell you that right now. Please, all offers, just bring it on to iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. Please, just come holler at your boy. Give me that 7.7 billion. Don't be afraid to call my name, okay? If you thinking about that, come on. All right. So we also had, like I was saying, with Shane O'Malley, and I think with Sung Yo, uh, he had a very good fight plan. I hate that he didn't get that win. Just as much a shame because it really was not one side or the other. I think it was a very even fight to say. If anything, I think my man Yadong really brought it on in certain rounds. I think especially the first and second. And third went really with the Shane more, but I think in the first two rounds, you can give it to your boy Song. I think he probably had that one. And then we got Natalia Silva. She beat Thug Rose Nunez. Yeah, in another unanimous decision. And I really hate that for Thug Rose. Thug Rose is one woman in the sport we've always enjoyed. Has always been her tenaciousness, her hard work, and the find of her beauty. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, and she decides to shave her head because for her, it's like she don't want to be labeled just a beautiful face. She wants to be people to see her for what she does, and we have seen you, Rose, for your career. I mean, could this be the end of Thug Rose? I hope not. I don't know too much behind the scenes things. Of course, DKO ain't got his word on the inside the locker room yet. It's gonna happen one day. Trust me. When I put down the boots, become more of a reporter, then I'll get more words. No, right now I don't know too much about that, but I do believe Thug Rose was again found the opponent in Natalia Silva. I think is a and was a formidable opponent, and we should see where it goes with Natalia Silva, as well as Rose going forward in the UFC. And then we got upcoming fights. So what should we see next? And it's going to go down for the UFC 325, and it's going to be Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the featherweight title. The UFC returns quickly with another major card, this time in Sydney, Australia. And then we got Volkanovski defends his title in the rematch after a hard-fought decision win last year. At 37 years old, he is still considered one of the greatest featherweights ever, and with wins over Aldo, Holloway 3 times, Ortega, and Rodriguez. Lopes is expected to be more calculated and dangerous this time, having learned from his first fight experience. And I think that that's going to be a major factor, especially with Diego Lopes. I think Diego Lopes has been making his ways up the ranks. He's a very exciting young fighter. I think the UFC has found a treasure with this young guy. He is someone to really keep your eyes on because the UFC needs those new young stars. And I do believe he's one of those guys right now in the UFC. And it's on the other side of the tape. We have seen Volkanovski time after time after again improving himself of being a world champion. And that is being a featherweight champion. And does he have it one more time in him? Especially against the young buck. Do he have enough in him to be able to again outclass and outsmart the young buck? Can he pull some of those tricks out from under the sleeves we ain't seen in a while? We shall see. We shall see because we also got some other fights. We got Dan Hooker and he's going against Benoit Saint Denis in a high action lightweight matchup. I think it's gonna be good to watch. Gonna check that out. So everybody lock in, be ready because UFC 325 is coming soon on January the 21st. It's going down in Sydney, Australia. But the thing is, the biggest takeaway. Let's see right here. Do you feel Gaethje was 100%? He looked so slow. He really did, bro. That's why I was like, that's what I was saying. I was surprised why Patty. I don't get it. Like I don't know what happened. I really don't. Pimbley was doing his thing. He should have stayed with the strike to the leg. I mean, he was really connected. I just really think that's one of those fights that Gaethje just knew how to get it done because you could tell his leg was compromised. It was getting there, but he really started finding ways to stay in that box too. He wasn't throwing too many. He calmed down with throwing too many of those haymakers until he really started connecting. But I think once he started to calm down a little bit in that second or third round, he started to find a way to get inside. But no, I don't know what happened with Pimbley in that fight. If I had money on that one, it would have been him. But let's be realistic, man. I think that's what it could really come down to being a veteran and having big fight experience. I think that's what it really broke down to. Pimbley can be fast and exciting, but he was very much compromised several times in that bout. And that just came down to some hard shots too, because Gaethje wasn't landing a lot of shots, but when he landed, he had some force and some power behind it, and that's why I think really put a hurting on Pimbley. It really did. But that was a great question. He did look slow. That's like also too. Let's not forget about Derek Lewis. All right, Derek Lewis definitely looks like it's over, and we all love you, Derek, but brother, when he got knocked down, I really believe it looked like he was asking the homeboy to pick him up, or it looked like he expected him to pick him up. And I thought that was really weird. Cause I love the big dog Derek Lewis. We all do. But could it be possibly the end of his career? Very much so. I think sometimes people don't have to prove anything no more. And Derek Lewis is one of those guys where he's been nothing but a big game fighter. He's ready when the time is ready. However, this past Saturday, I think it's time where he probably needed to just go ahead and, you know, leave the gloves in the ring, big dog. Leave that fight to someone else because, man, he got whooped. I mean, you talk about somebody that knocks people out. He got knocked out. I mean, it was bad, really bad. He looked so slow, and they were saying how fighters when they get 40, Lewis just looked so disengaged. He looked like he'd rather be sitting in the house watching TV. And understand like some of these fighters at this point are probably just getting to their contract. And Derek Lewis looks like one of those ones where if the contract is saying, hey, he got this such amount of fights, man, just go ahead and cut your losses and let it go. Because your better days are behind you, Chief. We love you. But I don't think you got nothing else to prove. You really don't. But that's just like Rose too. I think some of these fighters, I get it why you're fighting because I would rather fight the highest competition until I can't fight no more. That's exactly what you would want, right? But sometimes for the viewers, it's hard to see our loved champions and great fighters just kind of be on the other side. It's almost like again a wrestler. It's great to be going up the ladder, winning left and right, and claiming championships, but it's different where you got to hand it to the next kid or the next guy. Not the same. But anyway, we should keep an eye on the UFC as we again enter the new Paramount Plus era that is for the UFC. As we got UFC 325 coming up. So we got some good boxing news coming up this weekend. We got some good news coming up. Because for me, I love me some boxing. I love when a lot of guys can just sit here and square it up, put on some boxing gloves anywhere they would like. I know I'm pretty sure Brian and those proud ladies and gentlemen over there serving the United States Air Force is definitely putting up the Dukes every now and again. The barracks probably beating each other up, right? I'm pretty sure y'all do. I used to do that too. My home was in the street. We just throw them gloves on, man, and just have us a good old time. And I'm pretty sure y'all do that out too, right? Let me know. Put the thumbs up in the chat. I know it happens, you know. But what's wrong with the putting up the Dukes and just having a good old time, right? I love when people say some stuff like, if I take these gloves off, well, you just be taking the gloves off. That don't mean you still gonna be hitting me. You could hit me with the gloves off. What makes you think you gonna hit me with the gloves off? I mean, ain't gonna make too much of a difference, huh? Hey, let me know something, bro. Let me know. Hey, if y'all haven't been over there throwing the gloves around in the Air Force, what's going on, man? Where y'all at? Why ain't y'all throwing Why ain't y'all throwing the gloves around? Come on, man. Anyway, we got a fight coming up. A fight that I think a lot of people been waiting on, especially for Shakur Stevenson, because a lot of fight fans been really thinking these fighters today been skipping the big money. They've been skipping the opponents they've been waiting on. You see how people try to sue Oscar De La Hoya because they don't want to fight. Huh. Think that's a joke. Got too many people out here in the fight game that don't want to really fight. See right here, Brian says, I cannot confirm or deny any such activity taking place. Good. I would say this. It let's say if there was a way to determine if this allegedly were to be the case, then who would be the person that is the best in that their subject on in the group? Who would be that their person who would be the best in that their group? Hypothetically. I know, man. That's what everybody has fun beating up their friends. I mean, trust me, I don't took it also too. It was fun, man. Everything's all right. But we got Tim Female Lopez versus Shakur Stevens. The man. My man, bro, my man. Hey, y'all see him, right? Hey, apparently, since y'all don't allegedly have that going on, then if anybody want to go ahead and challenge Brian, just go ahead and line up tonight. Y'all got some have a board sign up sheet, Get in line. Oh man, that would be great to know the news. Hey, y'all can somehow find a way to tell us about the results of that. Let us know. All right, so we got Timofino and Shaquille Stevens. They're gonna be doing what y'all guys over there doing, or not. And it's gonna be the WBO light welterweight world title. And this is arguably the biggest fight of the weekend outside of Puerto Rico. Because we're going down to New York City, the big city that is. For Secure Stevens, this may be the brightest lights. And also for Timofimo, can he go ahead and keep his run going? Can he go ahead and solidify himself to a whole nother group, whole nother demographic? Because Shakur Stevens is going to bring in a whole new fan base that he's not accustomed to, and that's his people. I do believe in Shakur Stevens. I think this young man is exciting. I really do. But we shall see, because why is it huge? Well, Timofimo is unpredictable but explosive. And then Stevenson is a defensive master moving up in weight. And the winner becomes the face of the 140-pound division. Yes, indeed. So we got power versus precision. And does the Shakur Stevens' defense neutralizes Lopez explosiveness? It's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. So this weekend on January 31st, fight time. It's going to be on the East Coast, baby. Like I said, in New York City. It's going to be on the Zone pay-per-view. Now, it's got a Fire Stick or any other device. If you got a Stream TV will allow you to get that fight as well as many others for $29 a week. That's right, $29 a month. If you want that and other things, like also we got another way when it comes to Games to Go TV. We got a lot of that going down. But it's that technically, if I was to be the one beating these punks every week, it would be destruction of government property, which is a felony. If you know, they know. Be destruction of government property. Hey, when it comes down to this government, right? Do you think they care about laws? Do you think they really care about Americans right now? I mean, I would say you are absolutely correct. You are correct, because I mean, last time I heard, and everybody else over there, Brian told me they call him the Tank. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They say they call him the Tank. That when it comes to swimming, they call him the Torpedo. Anything y'all say y'all do, Brian does it better. And that's from the knockout out, right? Tell him, Brian. Let him know. Call him the Torpedo when he's swimming. They on the court. They call him the GOAT. It says Art NCO is allegedly one of the ones taking the abuse. That's right. Come get that Tank. That's right. That's right. That's right. NCO. That's right. You're going to get the Tank, Brian, baby. Like I said, the Torpedo when it comes to swimming. I mean, come on, man. Come on. You messing with the one and only Brian the Tank. Shout out to you, Brian. Hey, man, but no. To my man, the NCO, where you at, baby? Like I said, Brian said he holds the crown for that. Want to see somebody come take it from him. All right, man. That's my boy Brian, man. But I really do believe, but it says that I just really do believe that Shakur has a chance. He really does have a boxing chance. I think like because he's a great counter puncher. Timofimo can be very explosive, but again, he has to keep his foot on the gas and stay on Shakur because as a counter fighter, he needs to keep constantly applying pressure. Keep pressure on them. Do not be able to allow them to fire back, get all quick shots because again, you're missing, you're being too aggressive, get pushed back. It makes the fight harder to come from behind. Now, also too, being a great counter fighter, you got to know that you got to learn fighting backwards. So let's say if Shakur can fire pressure or they get in the middle of the ring, can Timofimo be able to keep putting his foot on the gas? That's what it really breaks down to in boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Boxing has epic flows. You know, you can only look at a lot of times as people look at how many times they touched the other opponent. Yes, it varies a lot of times because you got to be able to see where the punches is coming, where they building to, where this punch is setting up, you know. And a lot of these fighters, it's easy to say when somebody's going backwards, throwing the right hook, throw a left hook to get them off you. That's easy. But you got to remember that the person applying pressure is going to put you in a position to make you choose. And when you choose, they're going to try to punish you for that decision, right? So, you know, boxing is not always the punch you see in front of you is the one that you don't see. And that's what I think this fight is really going to come down to. It's going to be a lot of pressure one way or the other. Will Timofimo be able to sit there and find a way to overcome the great defense of Shakur? Because he's one of the great defenders in the business today in the 140 division. I really do believe that. And him coming up in that weight class, that is. So we shall see. And then we also got Keyshawn Davis versus William Zeppi. I do think that's going to be another one. My cuz, he did say, ladies and gentlemen, we may have an upset alert. Pay attention. Cuz said, cuz telling me this word on the street is Keyshawn Davis going to lose. You heard that on the knockout hour, right? You also heard on the knockout hour. Keyshawn Davis going to lose, bro. You may want to put some money on my boy William Zeppi, all right? Just put some money on it. Decision. All right? Just saying. Late knockout. But no, I'm just being real. Cuz did say that. So I'm telling y'all, man, y'all looking for something to put some money on, maybe win a little pocket change. I ain't saying go crazy. But I am saying this may be a massive matchup between two undefeated rising stars. Davis brings elite technical skills, while Zeppi brings relentless pressure. So like I said, two young bulls going to get in the ring, and they're going to duke it out, lock horns, and we shall see what the results will be after this weekend. Yes, indeed. So, before we get into wrestling, we got a lot to catch up on in wrestling these past couple of weeks. We're going to get into the next track, And then we're going to get into this next track by my man, Samurai Dan, and it's called Jumped Out. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, turn your radio up, turn your devices up.
Smoking Willy Wonka. Down in the bunker. Samurai shit. Try Wade. This song ain't FT, by the way. ATS, stand up. Ha! Let's go. I jumped out the frying pan into the fire. Rolled a cookie blunt, then forgot my damn lighter. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am Neoplayer. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am Neoplayer. Said I jumped out the frying pan into the fire. Rolled a blunt of gas, then forgot my damn lighter. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am Neoplayer. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am Neoplayer. Nigga, welcome to the future where they idolize liars. Pay for free pussy, take the hoes and they wife. Killing off the real, but the snitches ain't dying. I did mind my business, keep them M's multiplying. I don't chase a bag, walk it down Michael Myers. My bitch started crying, you did it like pacifier. Pull up in the Spider, fat rim, skinny tires. Kiwi green paint, interior papaya. Damn, and I'm higher than a ceiling fan. Smoking so much purple till my eyes look like Renegade. Rent a gun, patch her down, we get them gone. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta, where them nigga put you in a blunt. Apply pressure on me like how? Bitch, I'm living on my second life right now. I stay in the skies like I'm anti-ground. One look at your bitch, she pulled her pants right down. And I jumped out the frying pan into the fire. Rolled a cookie blunt, then forgot my damn lighter. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am the applier. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am the applier. Said I jumped out the frying pan into the fire. Rolled a blunt of gas, then forgot my damn lighter. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am the applier. I ain't scared of pressure, nigga, I am the applier. Got it.
All right. My man, Samurai Dan with another one. That's right there. Right. As y'all can see right there, hit him up on his social media site. It's tribal_way. Right there. You can check him out on Instagram. But that right there, that track is from his latest album called Jump Around. That again is Samurai Jack with Knock Down. All right. Feel that pressure right there. I like that. Especially when we're talking about boxing. You see how those two combinations come together? It's like a 1-2 punch, baby. But if you like it, you love it. Please check them out on all social media. All music streaming platforms. That is. All right. That's Samurai Dan with his newest project, Jump Around. And for you other hip hop artists, now you see we featured OC from NC, Samurai Jack, and you could be next. That's right. Like my man Goldberg said, who's next? I challenge you. Every single one out there. Come on to the Knockout album. And if you would like to get your track spun on this show, please hit me up at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. All right. We're in the wrestling segment. It's going down, baby. It's going down. We got a couple of results that went on in Belfast, Northern Ireland. All right. It was on Netflix on January the 19th. And we got some match results. We had the match results was CM Punk versus he defeated Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship and he retained after the main event. A lot of people believe that Finn Balor may end up turning babyface, and I do believe the same. I think that it's time that he breaks away from the Judgment Day and go back to him being Prince Devin, him being the Demon King himself, Finn Balor, and I do enjoy them bringing back his music. I think that that's one thing I miss the most from this new era is that these stars are not represented the way they should and used to be. Bring back the reason why we love these stars, and that's because we built off of the songs we enjoyed. He was one of those. But I think Finn Balor has a lot left in the story to tell. Clearly, because a match like that should not go unrecognized and or not rewarded. So we will see what the higher ups do in the future for my man Prince Devin. I think we was leading towards the way with him and Dominic eventually having a problem where they part ways and Dominic leaving the group rather than Finn. But I think now since Dominic is hurt, I think they gotta go another direction. I think it's that time they do blow up the Judgment Day. I mean, they got so much talent in that one group that if you wanted JD to go with Finn, that would make sense. If you wanted Dominic to go his own route, I think that makes sense more than ever right now when he comes back. I think that the time of the romance and the Daddy Dom thing is over. I think it's time for him to be taken more serious, more of an Eddie Guerrero type, seriously more of that, less of the women's tagging up. I think that's not necessarily his lane right now. We got Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree, and it was for the Women's World Intercontinental Championship, and the champion retaining is Becky Lynch after the helping efforts of Natty Neidhart. Uh, my opinion is that I can see where they're already going with this, which will only help further develop Maxine's career and her character development. She needs a match at that level, and I think that's the right call. Then we have Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus Division, and that group was Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. A Brass Knuckles, Miss Q, and Adam Pearce involvement led to the babyface winning. Then we had which I mean, the Braun Breaker. Oh, right here it says they had Rey Mysterio on ESPN today for an interview. I like wrestling moving to the forefront. I do too. I really do too. I think that that deal with ESPN it only makes our business seem more solidified, as I do believe as a business owner in wrestling. Is there a resurgence of wrestling on the indie scene? Yes, not necessarily to say um, is it newer, better talent. I wouldn't say that. I just say that independent wrestling scenes have uh, developed with years of getting homegrown talent as well as adding in different performers from time to time to spice up the shows. It reminds you of the old days of like the NWA, Memphis wrestlings, and the Portland wrestling, and things even back to the Mid Atlantic days. As Icon Pro is gearing up for our show on March 28th, that's one of the things I'm trying to really embody is bringing back the times of old where wrestling, right there in your local community seems more important than any other promotion because you can get behind these guys. These are you people that you see in your community, people that you know cares about you and they're putting on this show because wrestling can actually be a ventricle in other people's lives. And I think WWE does a great job of that when they reach out to so many things like Make a Wish and uh they did shows for the troops. Why did they do that? They did that because wrestling is a universal language, and I think that also brings people together, and people enjoy it. But I do think that ESPN putting more wrestlers in the forefront is the best thing to do, especially when they put so much money into the product. Not so much on the return, but you need to get wrestling to another level, like the UFC. And this time. El Grande Americano, he defeated Javon Evans because Javon Evans suffered a legit leg injury during the match. And, well, actually, they said it was a concussion scare. Yeah, Javon's doing fine. I'm glad that he's okay. Love you, bro. We're glad that um, it wasn't worse than what everybody thought. And we just going to keep praying for you. Keep doing your thing, young man. But El Grande came out the victory. Then we have Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan versus, and Roxanne Perez versus uh what is it? Uh what is that supposed to be? I guess Rio and Rio, I guess. And that brought to build towards the women's tag team match at Saturday night's main event. And then we had major storyline developed. So you had Gunther challenges AJ Styles to a Royal Rumble. Let's see, a Royal Rumble rematch only if Styles puts his career on the line. Then you got Natty turns heel on Maxine Dupree after the title match. Jay Uso declares for the Royal Rumble, and Stephanie Valkyrie remains injured and not cleared. And then we roll into Friday, where you had SmackDown. Important note, as the latest available verified reports, no official matches results for the 2000. No, it wasn't results. What they talking about? So we had this right here was from Bell Center, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We had Carmelo Hayes as a United States champion, and he defends the title against Ilya Dragunov. And let's see here, it says Hayes retained it after the Miz interfered, stopping Dragunov's momentum and allowing Hayes to hit first 48 for the win. I think they're doing a great job with Carmelo. I mean, they needed to be able to get some young talent on TV, and he's doing an amazing job. Ilya is also doing a great job too since his return. So I think that was really good for those two guys, and even include the Miz, which had a big payoff at the end, of course, with him and the belt and with Carmelo Hayes. Then you got Jade Cargill. She went against and defeated Chelsea Green in a non-title match. Cargill dominated Green, leading to a post-match confrontation with Jordan Grace, who teased a future showdown. I think a lot of people have been looking at that match. For me, I hope that they do not pass the title to Jordan so soon. I think Jade has a lot of story to tell. I think she's a great talent that needs this title in order to elevate her. I don't think that it's so much as her presence anymore. She needs to put it into action. And the longer she is champ, the more story you develop and more layers you have for her. I clearly see where Bianca could be coming back very soon if she is recovered with her finger injury to have that potential matchup at WrestleMania between her and Jade. I think that would be a good direction to go. We'll see the build up for that. But I do think for Jordan this and Jade, this be a great story because Jordan does have experience that can definitely help someone like Jade in her young career to be able to tell better stories as a champion. I think you can only iron sharpens iron at this moment, and I think Jay definitely needs to push. You got the MFT Solo and Tama. They defeated the Wyatt Six of Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. And the MFTs captured the titles in a decisive victory, ending the Wyatt Six reign. We got major storylines and segments where you got Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest brawl to open the show. A heated confrontation between the three broke out into a fight, setting the tone for the night and building towards the fatal four-way at Saturday Night Main Event. Then you had Cody and Jacob Fatu face to face. And then we're going to get down to Saturday Night Main Event that happened this past weekend. And it happened in the same place as Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The main event was a fatal four-way number one contender match between Sami Zayn, and he defeated Damian Priest, Randy Orton, and Trick Williams. Zayn earned the right to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE's Undisputed Championship at the Royal Rumble, and the Montreal crowd was electric for their hometown star. Then you got Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu that ended in a no contest. The match was never officially began. You got Rhodes and Fatu brought all over the arena, into the crowd, the and even the ringside. It was all over the place. You got Drew McIntyre interferes, attacking both men and leaving them both laying out. This story hits at a future triple threat decision. And I think that they're gonna definitely have a decision to be made when it comes down to the front office of are we gonna have a triple threat? And who's gonna be the winner? I mean, is it time to pass it to Jacob, give it back to Cody? What are they thinking? Then you got AJ Styles. He defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, a heated chapter in their long rivalry. And Styles gained momentum heading into his career on the line match versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble this Saturday. You got the women's tag team championship match between the new champions, that is. You got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus and defeated Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. It was a high energy match with multiple near falls. Rhea hit the Riptide to secure the win after chaos involving Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Valkyrie. The big takeaway from this right here is Drew McIntyre escalates the Rhodes Fatu feud. McIntyre attacks on both men adds layers to the undisputed title picture, as well as Sami Zayn's monumental peaks. And when it comes down to Sami Zayn wins potential positions him as a legitimate threat heading into the Rumble. I don't think so. He's gonna definitely lose that match. He needs something to do, right? And then you got AJ Styles' emotional final run continues, and his win over Nakamura fuels speculation about whether he can survive Gunther. So, got a lot of takeaways to look into, but tonight we got Monday Night Raw. It's going down on Netflix because we're heading into the Royal Rumble. I advise everybody we go back to some Royal Rumble history. Let's look back at some of the great ones as we have had throughout the years. I know that we should be able to do a quiz next week. Let's take it to school. I think we should do that. Should ask a couple questions next week and post it online. And I'll see if y'all pay attention on the knockout hour. That is, throughout the week, I'll probably put some clues on what questions should be asked next week. We check that out. But this right here has been the segment where we got down with the combat sports, and that part is over. Yeah, we got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes until y'all guys tune into Monday Night Raw. I know everybody misses Monday Night Football, but we do have going to this Super Bowl. It's going to be a rematch of I can't remember exactly which one, but it was Tom Brady and how they defeated the Seattle Seahawks because of Russell Wilson throwing an interception. But we got a rematch. We got Sam Darnold, the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, going against the young buck. We got good old Drake May from the New England Patriots. That's going to be the Super Bowl going down. And since there's no Monday Night Football, that gives you even more reason to watch Netflix tonight. Because when it comes to the Royal Rumble, we already know and should be ready for the return of the Tribal Chief, as well as several other stars like LA Knight going to be performing. Because we already seen some of the logos and things that were going to be posted up down there at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which is crazy too. Because I don't know if people have seen the pictures of how they built the whole outside arena within a month. I mean, that is crazy work. I hope it's sustainable enough for the event that nobody gets hurt. But I cannot believe they got that stuff up, ready to go for Saturday night. And we shall see how well it holds up, because that is crazy work. But I think WWE becoming a bigger global brand is only going to, again, be able to have more eyes on the wrestling product. It's not always about, I think people are so worried about what a company's income, revenue, and all that you sometimes forget the enjoyment of what wrestling is. That's sure entertainment. We are athletic, sports athletes, that is performing at a high level and be able to entertain, act, and allow to spend time with you guys, putting our bodies on the line for your excitement, your enjoyment, your boos, your cheers, whatever you feel. We do that because it puts a smile on your face and it has you coming back to the next show. And when it comes to the next show, I am the owner of Icon Pro Wrestling, LLC. And we have a show coming up at Graham High School. That's right, my alumni high school. The show will be going down March 28th, 2026. And it's going to be going down at Graham High School. Go Red Devils. The money right there from a lot of the show will be going to the athletic department in order to try to help boost the athletic department, help those young boys and ladies out at that school to get better uniforms and anything else they would see fit to use it to help them out. I do believe that's the best way that I can contribute with my company, is doing the best for our community with our children, as well as giving them great entertainment in a safe area where they're going to have a great time. If you guys are far away and you want to be able to donate, we'll have a site up real soon. And if you're thinking about sponsoring Icon Pro Wrestling, we do have events. We are also planning for the rest of the year. We have one date that we almost have going on that we'll let you know about soon once we get confirmation. But hey, if you want to be a part of Icon Pro Wrestling, please hit up my email at iconprowrestlingllc@gmail.com. Now, my name is Teddy Allen Jr. I am a professional wrestler. I perform as TKO. If you want to check out my matches, my social media, go to TKO336, that is. You can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, as well as Icon Pro Wrestling LLC. Hit me up on all the social media platforms. And hey, go to my YouTubes, enjoy, like some of those matches, share, let everybody know who the man is. But it's been a pleasure being back on this show. I know I'm a little bit rusty, but I'll be able to work that out in the next couple of weeks, because I'll be back here enjoying every single one of you crazy knockouts out there. To give out a shout out to Brian and the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen, out there in the airlift of the United States Air Force. Thank you so much. That's my man, Brian the Tank. Brian the Tank, that is. For the rest of y'all on that base, represent, let them know I said the TKO. Said don't mess around with the tank, you're going to get the results. But anyway, guys and ladies, thank you. Shout out to Samurai Dean for the new music. But if you got time, jump on over to Netflix right now. Let's watch some WWE, and I'll see y'all next week. Love you guys. Peace.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got 2 Tulies of my own. I don't need to gang. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gon' have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got 7 sins in one palm of my hand. Bars are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.